So I have managed to meet up with Sam Houston from Perfect World Entertainment. And we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys have going on right now.
All right.
We're here at PAX.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you don't have a booth here right now.
Right, we don't have a booth. We're actually going to have a pretty huge booth at E3, so that's going to be our big show of the year. So we're not here at PAX East. I mean, I'm actually used to live here in Boston, so I thought it'd be great to come out and I can do a lot of interviews like these and give sort of people a heads up on what's coming down the line from Perfect World Entertainment. And with E3, we have a big game called Forsaken World, and so that's our big game at E3. And we can't really talk about it too much right now, but we're just sort of giving people a heads up, saying, hey, you know, E3 is the show for that game, so look out for it.
Okay, so what can you talk about? What do you have? What do you got going on? Aside from the big announcement at E3,
right.
What can you tell us about what you guys do and what you've got going on in the future?
Yeah, we've got so we actually very soon, a couple weeks after of this, in early April, we've but Battle of the Immortals, which is a top-down, sort of like a Diablo, sort of Torchlight-esque game, point-and-click game, but it's an MMO, which is kind of interesting. It's a little bit different than your traditional MMO, which is exciting to us because it's not like every MMO is more of like the just regular sort of fantasy views or whatever it may be, but this is a top-down game, and it's all about traveling all over the world. You can go to Atlantis, you can go to Egypt, you can go to Easter Island, and within all those different zones, you can go to different dungeons and take down the bosses, and even sometimes you can even capture those bosses' essences and then have them as a pet. So you could like kill a boss and then he's your pet, so you totally dominated him.
That is the ultimate in humiliation.
Yeah, I guess so, but but we're excited about it. And there's there's Soul Gear, which is this really awesome looking articulating gear. It moves all around with you, and you can change it with these gems that make basically your armor more awesome. And those come from the boss dungeon drops. And then once you've got all this great gear, you can go into PvP and try to become the best person on your server. So it's a competitive game. It's a lot of PvP, but there's also a lot of PvE. So if you love just dungeons and grouping, there's that for you in that game too. So
it's an MMO. So it's only online. There's no single player mode?
Correct. This is a free-to-play MMO. There's no single player.
Free to play. Yeah. Free is a really awesome price, and I highly encourage it more often. I applaud you for doing that.
Thank you.
So you mentioned Torchlight, and that's been getting amazing press. This game, I have the game at home, and I only paid $10.
Yeah.
What's going on? How can you guys put out a game so cheaply and have it just be such a monumental success? And how did you not charge more money for that?
I mean, I can't take too much credit for it because we're just the publishers. So we really should put the spotlight on Runic. They're a studio up in Seattle, and so they've done a lot of really great work. They whipped that game out in only a year, which is kind of crazy. And it's just, they whipped that out in a year. It's a good introduction to the world of Torchlight, because now they're working on the MMO, the Torchlight MMO that will come out from us, and that will be a free-to-play MMO. So that's
you guys will be publishing.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a great partnership with Runic. We're really excited about the MMO. We can't really talk about it right now. It's too early in the process, but it's exciting. I mean, they're doing all these sales, and it's a great introduction to that game, so they can get really excited about a Torchlight MMO. So we're hoping that helps us be even more successful when the MMO comes out.
Oh, of course. I can almost guarantee you that people wouldn't have been nearly as excited for something like World of Warcraft if they hadn't been playing the Warcraft RTSs and stuff like that. Building this world up it's really going to get people involved in that.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, we're really excited about that. It's like I said, it's been a great partnership with Runic, so we couldn't be happier.
Very good. So now, what else do you guys have that's available now that other people can play or may have already played out on the market?
Sure. So we have Perfect World International, which is our main game that came out almost 2 years ago. We also have Jade Dynasty, which came out this past summer, and that's more of a martial arts MMO where Perfect World International is more like very high fantasy. You can fly around on different mounts, and it's got a lot of hardcore PvP in it. Where Jade Dynasty, it's got a lot of PvP in it as well, but it's more sort of Chinese martial arts based. And then we've got Ether Saga, which is more of sort of like an anime-looking game, and that just actually had its year anniversary just a week ago or so. So that's been pretty cool.
Did you buy it a nice gift for the anniversary?
Well, it's not a real thing, but I guess we could sing happy birthday and sort of, yeah.
You can do something. You could.
Yeah, well, we did. I mean, we did events for the community, so I mean that's how we celebrated it. We do events in the game. You know, we wrote up blog posts about it, and we just said congrats to everyone because that's a great milestone, first birthday, and hopefully there's many more to come.
Very nice. You guys seem like you've got a pretty full roster for having bringing all these games out in the past just couple of years.
Well, so to date we've just been publishing. So what we do at our office in San Francisco, there's about 70 people, and we're expanding all the time. We're going to actually move into a new office here soon, so even be in a even bigger studio and more people. And so right now we're more of localizing, which means changing the text in the game from Mandarin Chinese to English. But not only that, we have to change gameplay, and we have to change how the item mall within the game works, because the differences between the Chinese culture and our culture in terms of what we enjoy out of our games and how we like to sort of buy things in games is totally different. With Battle of the Immortals, it's a good example. We actually pushed that game back a few months to really focus in on localizing the content and the item mall for our players.
Is there an example you can give of something that's like a drastic difference between the two cultures?
Totally. So I talked about Soul Gear with Battle of the Immortals, right? So Soul Gear, again, is like the best gear that you can get in the game, and then you get gems. And these gems are just socketed into your gear, and they give you a bunch more stats. So the best example is there's, as a top-level player in the game, your base health points are, I think it's 2,500 health points, and out of, there's 5 tiers of gems, and a tier 3 gem would give you 10,000 health points. But in China, the only way that you can get the gems is you have to buy them. So that wouldn't be really fair if I had a lot of money and you didn't spend any money at all, and I have 10,000 health points and you only have 2,500, and we go into PvP. I wonder who's going to win. So it wasn't really too fair, so we changed. What we did is we changed it around a little bit and had it so the gems are drops, and then you can combine gems. And there's a success and failure rate to that, so you can buy something that maybe makes the success rate a little bit higher. But again, gems are all drops now. They're not item mall based, so you can get them fair and square just like everyone else.
But now, is there a chance of failure and losing the item?
No, if it fails, you still have the gems. You don't. Yeah, I hate that too. So
I've played games where that's the case, and I hate that. So I'm glad you haven't done that.
Yeah. Crafting does suck when you lose all your gear or whatever. You lose all your maintenance plots and all that stuff. So yeah, not fun. But so it's not like that at all. So that's good.
Well, that's great. So God, I want to talk about the new one that you guys have coming out.
So there's one other game that I didn't mention, and that's Heroes of Three Kingdoms, and that comes into closed beta mid next month, and that's actually based on the Romance of Three Kingdoms sort of storyline, like Dynasty Warrior games are based on that. So that's a very historical-based PvP game, and it's all about fort sieging. You can build catapults and take on forts and join the 3 different kingdoms, and it's just all-out war. And
is it turn-based or?
No, it's in real time. There's 18 different weapons in the game. And the weapons, you have to cycle through them while you're in combat. So I couldn't, if I love swords, I can't just wail on dudes with swords all day. I gotta switch between a bow and a sword and a halberd or whatever my strategy might be. So I'm really excited to see how the player base takes that and introduces sort of a new level of strategy into their PvPing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And that goes into closed beta next month?
Yeah. In a few weeks now, about a month now is what we're shooting for, so look out for that soon.
Do you have any idea, just ballpark, when we might be able to see the full game?
So closed beta, like I said, is just in a few weeks. So mid-April, we're going to be relaying more and more information out over the coming weeks as we get closer to closed beta. But the closed beta is your first chance to really jump in there. We have gameplay trailers up on our website for the game. So that's hotk.perfectworld.com. And you can find all the information about the game and the trailers and that sort of stuff. And then with BOI, or Battle of the Immortals, go to boi.perfectworld.com if you want all the information about that one.
And if we just go to perfectworld.com, are there links to those other ones?
Yeah. On the main page, all the games are listed, and you can click on them and learn all the stuff that you need to learn, or play them in some cases. So you should be good to go. That
is fantastic. Sam, hey, man, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. I did the goon thumb.
Sure.